Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 10 of Balance Point. And so I organized the darkness into light and I slept through. So funny. So to those of you who turned up on Purple Beach this morning, well done. I think I really needed to sleep. I was really tired last night. So yeah, I'm just incredibly pleased with the fact that I'm really okay with that. Yeah, so we're going to balance today. We're going to move. Next week from Monday, so today is Saturday, so day 12, we're going to be using weights again. So have tins of tomatoes or weights, or if you use the weights that you put on your wrists, then have those handy as well. Okay. So from Monday, we will be using weights. Okay. So come sit on your mat and we shall begin. So just find your center. Find that sense of in this moment as you sit. Where is your center? Where is that balance between, that it was the balance between sleep and getting up. Actually, when I woke up, I was like, wow, I'm really glad I slept well. And so, yeah, so where is the balance for you? Where do you find that center, that point of equilibrium in the deep of you? Feeling your belly, getting a sense of this moment in your body. Listening to the birds, listening to the sounds of the room around you, maybe you're outside in a field, outside doing your yoga, maybe you hear the sounds around you. Find your center. Nice. Awesome. So just stretch your legs out long wherever you are, roll into your ankles. And then roll in the other direction. So my alarm must have gone off at 3:30 to wake me up for the event. and I must have turned it off. I don't remember turning it off. And the first thing I remember is hearing the people walk, because they do the loop that they walk in the darkness into light, and Ferbo walks past my house. And I woke up and I was like, wow, there's people walking on the road. And then I was like, oh, yeah, it's so funny. So great. So all the way over and push back into your downward dog. As you push back into your downward dog, just have a sense of the floor beneath you with your hands, the floor beneath you with your feet, the texture. And just get a feeling, bending one knee, stretching the other, bending one knee, stretching the other. And so, there's two elements to balance. There's that idea that we've been sitting with, which is my center, the center of gravity, the anchor point. And then there's the wobble, or the balancing, or the oscillation between left and right, or forward and backwards. Because there's always movement. And unless you're lying absolutely flat on the floor, there's always the potential to fall. And we're just mitigating or balancing or counterbalancing that want to fall in our body, or drive to fall, gravity. So bend both knees, stretch both legs. Bend both knees, stretch both legs. One more time. Bend both knees, stretch both legs. Pause. Just come to stillness. And notice how stillness doesn't actually exist, but just come to stillness. As you pause, feel the movement of your body. Without moving, there is movement still. There is your breath. There is micro trembles or balancing, shifts of gravity, of weight. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor, rounding your back and arching your back. Rounding your back, arching your back. Rounding your back and arching your back. Nice. Rock your ribs from left to right. So coordination. Really lean into the deep of your rib cage. Whatever shape and way that happens for you. How do you lean into the right? Well, then how do you lean into the left? Lean into the right. Lean into the left. Great. Take your right hand, dive it under your left armpit. Bring your right shoulder to the floor. Pause. That's feeling deeply into your body. Finding your breath. Feel the spiral of your breath up into your torso. Nice. Other side. Right shoulder, left shoulder down. So reach your left hand underneath your right armpit. Pause there. And come back to center. Nice. Walk both hands forward and then lean your bum back. Come up onto the fingertips of your hands and really pull deeply back, or grab the floor with your fingertips and pull deeply back, like you're trying to bring your chest, nose, armpits to the floor. At the same time, you're also trying to bring your sit bones back towards your heels. Nice. So here, my bum is back further than my knees. So my knees have folded. Nice. Come all the way back up. Next one we're going to keep our knees under, or hips over our knees. So keep your hips over your knees, walk your hands forward, and then slowly just begin to lengthen here. So your hips are over your knees, your thighs are directly up from the floor, and just drop your armpits towards the floor. Have a sense of pulling back through your hips, widening through the sit bones, pushing into your hands. Super. And then from here, Coming back up into your cat pose. Step your right foot forward between your two hands. Rise up with both arms, reach up, and use that length we just created in our arms to reach up and look up. Feel that same opening of the armpits, that reaching of the arms. Draw your left hip forward, lean into the front of your belly. Nice. Bring your hands down, just pause for a moment. Great. Now we're going to do elephant. So bring your left hand to your left thigh, sweep your right arm across into elephant. So my right arm is now resting on the side of my cheek, and I'm lengthening through the right side of my body. And then sweep in the other direction. Right hand, I'm going to sweep it across the back of me or bring it to my right hip. Sweep the left arm back. Nice. Right arm goes back, over towards the left. Left arm goes back, over towards the right. Notice the difference between the two. The one that you push your hand into your thigh has one particular feeling. The one that your hand is on your hip has another feeling. One last time. Super. Stretch your back leg, lift your knee off the floor. Turn your toes towards the left-hand side of your mat. And so your right knee is deeply bent. Pause there. Nice. Lift by straightening your right leg. Bend your right knee. Lift by straightening your right leg. Bend your right knee. You can change the angle of your toes if that feels like it supports you to bend your knee more. What direction would you have that right toe, the right toes pointing in to help you bend your knee more? Just change your angle a few times. Notice how it changes things. Super. Bring both hands forward. Step back, downward dog. Pause in your downward dog. That even though we are coming to a place of stillness in our downward dog, there's still movement. Bring your knees to the floor. Keep your knees underneath your hips. Walk your hands forward. And then draw your armpits down in the direction of the floor. So you're trying to keep your hips over your knees. As always, listen to your shoulders as you do this. Draw your hips backwards as you lean down into your chest. Nice. Come all the way back up. Step your left foot forward between your two hands. Rise up with your arms. Find that same reach of your arms. So lean deeply into that right hip. Lengthen through your torso as you reach up and look up. Find that sense of length. Nice. Arms come down. Pause. And then come into elephant. So bring your left hand to your left, or right hand to your right thigh. Reach your left arm over your ear. Face. And then left hand behind you, holding on somewhere back there. Maybe to your hip. And then just begin to sweep. I think I like my hand on my hip on the left. Elephant. There's also the option of really spiraling your left arm behind you so that it is to the outside of the right buttock. Also very nice. Nice. Both hands down. Lengthen your back leg. Turn your toes towards the left side of your mat. Left knee is bent. Pause there. Straighten your leg and then just bend your knee. Maybe change the angle of your foot to see which way, which angle of foot supports your bending of your knee the most? Just traveling, feeling, sensing. Super. Come back to center. Both legs are straight. You're in the center. Reach your arms out long, similar to before. Reach your arms out long and drop your head down in the direction of the floor. Lean back a little bit more into your heels. Nice. Hands to the floor in front of you. Heel toe, your feet towards each other. Slowly rolling all the way up to stand. Nice. So standing in the middle of your mat. So we'll start off with no wall. Okay, so just lift your right foot off the floor and just notice, how do you balance on your left foot? So your toe can be touching lightly. Just see, how do you just lift your right foot off the floor? Change. How do you lift your left foot off the floor? Is this easier? Is this harder? How does it change things? Nice. Bring your feet a little bit wider. So now your feet are hip distance apart. Lean, so you lift one foot off the floor. Lean, lift one foot off the floor and just travel from side to side. Lean. So we're changing our center from side to side. How do you commit to a side? Lift your foot. Commit, lift your foot. Nice. Bring your feet wider. Nice. So now you have to bend your knee and then lift your foot. Bend your knee, drop it down. So how do you commit and travel from side to side with your foot? You can reach your arms up towards the ceiling if you wish. You can have your arms down, whatever feels most balanced for you. Feet are around 2.5 feet apart. And you're lifting your foot as you travel. Let's go further. So how far apart can you travel? So maybe you need to bring your hand to your knee to lift your foot. Maybe you can do it without your knee, but you have to really like throw your weight. So you need momentum, either support, which is your hand on your thigh, or momentum to lift your foot, because there's that weight, it's out of your center. How do you lift? Nice. Cool. So stand with your feet wide again. Turn your toes towards the left. Bring your left hand to your left knee and then drop your right hand down in front of you and then point your right arm directly towards the left and let your back toe lift ever so slightly. Come back to center. Turn your toes towards the right. Right hand to your right thigh. Sweep your left hand down and forward. Point with your left hand. Lift your left toe off the floor. And then back to center. Toes to the left. Hand to your left. Reach your right hand to the left. Right toes lift off the floor. Turn your toes to the right. Hand to the right. And reach long with your hand. Nice. And then just begin to travel. It's a little bit about like water whooshing, but we're not going down low. We're just focusing on, how do I balance as I travel? Maybe you lift your back foot a bit more as you go. Next time you travel, whatever way you go, pause. Whatever distance you're at, pause. Hand is on your thigh. For me, it's left hand is to the right and left foot is floating behind me. Breathe. all the way down, other side, sweep. And so when we rely on the natural gestures of how we do things, like if I'm turning off the light, I'll naturally lift my back foot off the floor to reach a bit further. Whereas if I contrive it and, create some kind of static pose, it's harder to balance in a static created pose. Whereas the gestures that we do actually are what hold us in the pose. The counterweight, the natural momentum, the connections of our body. Maybe your back foot is lifted. Let's see. What is your balance point here? Awesome. Hands to your hips. Just roll into your hips. And roll in the other direction. And roll down through the spine, so feet are hip distance apart. Just let yourself roll forward. As you roll forward, bend your knees, soften your legs. Bellies on your thighs, either hands on the floor. You can bring your elbows to your knees if you wish. You can cross your elbows and imagine that your elbows are coming towards your toes. Just feel that. And you round forward. Wiggle a bit deeper down. Shimmy down. Nice. And then come lie on the floor. Come all the way down. Land on the floor. Knees are bent. Arms are long beside you. Pause. It's a really interesting feeling of my breath and my heart and my blood as it went from being deep in my head to really sinking into the back of me. So interesting. Blood flow direction due to gravity. Really, very nice. I just feel it in your chest, in your heart, in this moment as you rest here, as you lie here. You can bring the soles of your feet together if you wish. You can have your feet flat or your legs straight and just find your ground, find your center. Deepen your breath into your belly. Awesome. So Monday, you're going to need your weights. We're going to be back using some weights as we balance, as we counterweight. So I'll see you all tomorrow for Sunday. How nice, how wonderful. And again, those of you who turned up on the beach this morning, well done. Sinead was laughing at me this morning. She's like, what? You created an event and you didn't even turn up. Sorry. So great. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Enjoy. Ciao.